is identify a problem. So I am going to you do not have to write this down. If you decided to do your thing on, who's doing racial profiling? All right, so I'm going to do this with racial profiling to start. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, you've identified your problem. So in that box where it says, dump your problem, you're writing down everything that you can think of that you know about your problem. And you're trying to make connections for how it works. So racial profiling, what are some things we know about racial profiling? Yes?
I just have a quick question.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about this. We'll talk solo about this, okay? All right, what are some things we know about racial profiling? Racist views, right? It happens because people have racist views. What else do we know about it? Where does it happen?
People also say.
So, businesses. Who else profiles? Police.
Yeah.
Who else? Where else do we see? Everyday people. Who gets profiled?
Minority.
And what does it mean exactly? Are they treated differently maybe? Right? So then we know that. Is there anyone else that we know that have profiles and maybe treats black students different than away? So let's just say schools. All right, so then what does this mean? What do businesses do? So don't hire. What else? How else might they profile people? Treat customers differently, right? How might police racially profile? How might they treat stopping people? You could also say arrests, right? Because they decide who to arrest and who to give like a ticket to, right? How about schools? This is it's a little bit trickier here because we are a very majority African American school, but yeah. Yeah, so different levels of attention, how they punish. You could also, we don't have this here as much, but there's a huge, what we call gap between honors classes and regular classes. Like there's, in schools that offer honors classes and that have a more diverse population, there's a discrepancy between that. So these are all problems with racial profiling. We've dumped everything out. So now we want to figure out where we want to go with this, right? Because these are all different things. We are not going to solve all of these things, right? You guys will. At some point in your life, I have faith in you. You guys will solve all of these things, but you're not going to do it on this project in 3 weeks. So what area do you want to focus on? So someone give me an area. Schools? Okay. I'm just going to do schools. I'll show you what I'll do for schools. So the next thing that I'm going to do, once I've brainstormed, I've dumped everything out, I've made some connections. I also want to point out, just for you guys and ladies to know, the profiling in schools also happens with gender. They've done studies, James, they've done studies that show that teachers will call on boys before they'll call on girls. And teachers will give boys like leadership positions, even in like kindergarten classes, before girls. So it's not just a race thing, gender, everything comes into play. But okay, so this next step, we've dumped everything out, we've labeled things, and so our next thing that we're gonna do is actually see what else is out there. because we can get really good ideas from other people's successes and failures. So, Google is your best friend when you're doing research. So all you have to do is go to Google, and I would Google like racial profiling in schools and see what is out there. Yes, U.S. schools still have discipline. That's a reliable source. I would read it. Maybe I would do how are schools solving racial profiling.
You know how people used to hit people in schools, like with
Capital punishment, yeah.
Do you think that should come
Corporal punishment. Capital is killing someone.
Some elementary schools do.
Yeah. So these are things. So now I'm looking. Here's a bunch of stuff. How are schools solving, treating black and white students differently? So I'm literally just Googling to see what is available. So here's something, the NEA is reliable, so I might look in and skim this and read it and see what schools are doing. There is evidence that increasing funds isn't enough, so I wouldn't just give more money to schools. Here's something that shows that it has something to do with teachers. So maybe you're going to look into teachers. So the next step on this worksheet is you're finding two solutions, okay? So two different ideas. You're writing the solution here. So solution 1, better training for teachers. Solution 2, start a diversity club, all right? And then you're writing what website you found that on, the good things about that solution, and the bad things. So, teachers, the good thing is, you know, teachers are the ones that are calling on students or writing referrals to the office. The bad thing is, maybe teachers aren't going to willingly sign up for classes that will help alleviate this. So you're being creative. And then the next step, once you've seen two other ideas, is come up with a couple of your own. So once you've seen some good ideas and or bad ideas, it's going to be a lot easier to think about two things you think. And then once you've done that, what do you like about your idea? What's bad about it? And then you're going to create from that the one that you want to actually advocate for. Does that make sense to everyone? So today we're going to be working on this brainstorming sheet. Tomorrow, 11th grade teachers, I'm not sure how many, but at least one are going to come in to help me, to help us support you, because this is the hardest part. I mean, people get paid, people work for nonprofits, and all they do is try to figure out solutions. So we'll be here to help support you in how to develop your program or your idea. All right, so with that, sign up, Shakina, you can, goodbye.